All right. All right. All right. All right. Hello. Welcome back to another video. I moved the camera, so anyway. I just had my session uh with my therapist, and I want to go over some of the things that we talked about during the session. So, yeah. So we started out the session. She was just asking me how I was in since our last session. How have I been? And I told her that I have been, for the most part, very well, and that I've been using a lot of the tools that we've worked on over the past couple of years, and that I am continuing to build. Uh, so one of the new things that I've been doing is I have been trying to change some habits, and I did this cheesy little calendar thing. I don't even know if you can see all of it. There it is. There it is. So pretty much what I do is boom, that's the breakdown. World of Warcraft, story, study for my exam that I'm taking, and exercise. And the X's correlate with what I have and have not done. So a lot of World of Warcraft in there. Yeah. So I think this has been good for me. Um, just because it lets me see where I'm spending all of my time, because that's one of my major issues. That's one of my triggers with accomplishing goals and all that. A big thing for me to do is to learn how to turn those bad habits into good habits. So yeah, that's why I made the list. So I told her about that. She said that's a really good idea and that I should continue to do that because it's creating positive reinforcement for the good things that I do, and it's allowing me to become more aware of how I'm spending my time. And ultimately, like, it'll be a better thing for me to do to manage, my emotions, manage stress, um, and identifying the things that are stressing me out. And for me, in my situation, is that one of the things that stresses me out is chaos. I don't like chaos. Like a messy desk, a messy room. Like, it gets to a certain point to where I can't take it anymore, and I need things to be in order. I need things to be straight. So this it is just one of those ways that it helps me keep things in order. Like, okay, I know there's four things I need to be doing every day. I need to study, I need to exercise, I need to play WoW, and I need to, what the other one is, exercise, study, and work on my comic book. So those are the things that I need to do. So she's told me pretty much that I should keep doing that. If it's helping, then I need to continue to do that. Another thing that we work on is there's a thing um, in life. Everybody has things that are more important than other things. But there are pillars of our life that you need to be aware of. And these are things that you can ignore for a while, but you can't go without it. And one of those things is the social piece of our lives. And that's one of the bigger things for me as well, is socializing, making sure that I socialize more. That was a topic that we hit on today. And that is something that I'm going to try and do more of, is socialize. We can go a long time without socializing, without going out, whatnot. Yeah, okay. I know the pandemic didn't help with this, but this was one of the things that affects my depression. Is because I try to compensate socializing with working harder on projects or working harder on some other goals that I have, and it typically I neglect the social piece of it because I feel at the time it's not needed, but it is a very, very crucial, very critical part to it's a very critical part to life, and it's a very critical part to your mental health, is to make sure you socialize. So that is something I will definitely try. I'm definitely going to be working on more in the coming weeks, months, and the rest of my life. So that is that. think that pretty much was what we talked about this session. We spent an hour going over the new strategy that I was doing to change these habits, and we went over the importance of the social piece of life and how I'm going to go about doing that. It is important that that you guys define something and that you set a goal, or not a goal, or like a plan of action, I should say, not necessarily a goal but a plan of action. Like, how, what are you going to do to try and become more social? For me, I'm going to try and get out and do some things that I like to do. I like to do photography. I like to do martial arts. um it's gonna sound weird, but I like coffee shops and all that. But with wherever we are in this pandemic, I'm gonna try and find things that I can actually do, meet up groups, and see if I can get out there, especially now that I'm vaccinated and all that. So yeah, so that's a small part of my plan of action for trying to get out and you know socialize and all that good stuff. So I hope this gave you a little bit more of an insight of what typically goes on, like when you talk to a counselor. So, and I'll go over that again. We started the session off. I already had points to what I was going to talk about. Right? We prepared that. I went in there. I went in there. I told her how my couple of weeks have been in between sessions, what I've been going through, and then I told her about the things that I've been doing to help cope with, manage, or mitigate some of the stress and some of the depression. And then we went over things that I can continue to do, and then we went over areas, the social piece of life is what we talked about, that can help bring me a better quality of life with the things that I have available right now. So there it is. That's what we talked about in our session today. And it was very enlightening, as always. I always learn something about myself. I try to always learn something about myself during these sessions. And if I don't learn anything about myself, it's about continuing to build on things we've talked about before. And I don't want to get that confused with beating a dead horse, but it's always about building on something. It's positive reinforcement. It's reminding things that I need to be doing, which is, for me, I need to be socializing. It's been something we've talked about for a while now, but we've always continued to implement new ways or better ideas for continuing to move on that. So this is a good working relationship that my therapist and I have, and I'm going to continue to seek that, and I hope you do too. So anyway, best of luck to you guys out there. I'm going to continue making these videos, so don't feel like you have to get everything from this one. If you are one of those people, just continue to watch, and we'll try and work through it together and compare and contrast. So let me know what you think, comments below, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you.